Are you ready to awaken your inner wordsmith and build unshakable confidence as a writer? Whether you're a seasoned writer or just starting on your writing journey, this episode is for you. Welcome to another exciting episode of Talking Business with Ritz. All right, get ready to be inspired. Join us as we welcome our guest, a brilliant confidence coach and book editor, to show to the show. Now, um, she's here to share her wisdom on building an unshakable confidence as a writer. Her goal is to empower writers to embrace their creative purpose, okay? Create their lifestyle on their terms and share their work with joy and confidence. Now let's dive into this empowering journey together. Without much ado, let's welcome Coach Kirsten Pamela McNeill. Let me add her to the stage and with a welcoming comment here. Hello, Coach Kirsten.
Hello.
All right, I hope I pronounced your name right, Kirsten.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Thank you very much, Coach. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here today. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
All right. Now, before we dive into the fascinating insights and wisdom that you're about to share, I want to remind our audience, our incredible audience, such as coaches, course creators, consultants, experts, and service providers, that this show um, is all about showcasing the human behind the title before the offer. Okay, it's about celebrating real stories, genuine experiences, and the incredible lessons we can learn from each other and have fun hanging out. All right, now this is the show where we break down barriers and shed light on the secrets of entrepreneurial success. All right, now if you are here with us right now, comment hashtag live or catching us in replay, comment hashtag replay. And don't forget to join our free group, which is Talking Business with Ritz here, live expert interview to watch all the past episodes. Okay. All right. Now let's talk business. Let's move on to our first segment. Okay, welcome to the first segment, Know the Expert. Get ready to discover the unique and exciting side of our incredible guest. So we'll be throwing some random questions her way to get to know her better. Now, in this segment, we will discover the fascinating story behind her entrepreneurial journey and gain valuable insights from an incredible expert. Okay, so I am honored to have Coach Kirsten Pamela McNeill in this show. Let's find out what makes this brilliant confidence coach and book editor tick. All right, now get ready to know her on a whole new level as we uncover fascinating insights and surprising revelations. All right, now, Coach Kirsten, let's set up the stage for this segment. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna give you about 1 to 2 minutes airtime. I'm going backstage and lend you the stage, right? So yeah, you'll tell us what you do, who do you serve, and why you're here. All right, let's do that now.
All right. So, as you said, I am Kirsten, a confidence coach and book editor. I'm based out of Canada in BC. I work mainly with self-published writers. I've worked in fiction, nonfiction, poetry, wide range of topics, and I really love helping them empower themselves on their journey and just being able to write with passion and joy. Those are a lot of synonyms there, but it's just fun to be able to connect with writers who are ready to share their work and feel good about it. So I'm here to talk about that, talk about confidence, one of my favorite words, and just being able to enjoy connecting with others. And I really enjoy talking on lots of platforms like this and just being able to talk about what I'm passionate about and being able to connect with writers and creatives that feel the same way and have that passion for creativity. And I feel like I've said passion so many times, but it's a word that comes up so naturally. And I just enjoy being able to be part of that in this online community. So thank you so much for having me here.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Coach. Now, since you've already mentioned where you are located, all right, and what's your favorite word? I need to know why that is your favorite word. All right, that's my first question. So, what is your favorite word and why?
Yeah, so confidence is definitely one of them because it's what I've based my coaching on basically, and it just fills me with joy, and it really just represents who I am and who I want to be. And my branding is a lot of like sunflowers and happiness, bright, vibrant. So just being able to emulate that and be able to have writers and even fellow editors and coaches feel that way in my branding, in my messaging, and yeah, so it just is a great word to encompass the message that I want to share, and the people that I want to connect with, and just being able to create confidently.
All right. Okay, now next question. So, from the scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is the highest, how weird are you?
um I'd like to say like 6 or 7. I'm pretty much pretty high up there. I'm an introverted type person, and um I like being myself in whatever that means. So I mean, I feel like that's a a standard answer that people give to like being weird, like I'm authentic, I'm myself. But yeah, I'm me, and um nobody can be yourself better than you. So it's just, yeah, I'm myself, and yeah.
Don't worry, I have a guest last time who answered his 100.
That's awesome.
Right. Okay, now next question. What's the best gift you've ever received and why was it so special?
The best gift, I think, um one time my brother, when he was in high school, he took a carpentry
Mhm,
class, and he made me a wooden case for my CD collection, and he
mhm.
wood burned a bunch of like pictures and stuff on it. So I feel like that's pretty high up there in the best gift, just because I like that personal touch, and just being able to, I was part of the process of making it with him because he wanted to make sure that I liked what was on it and everything. So it was just nice bonding experience for me and my brother, and just nice to have that.
Wow, what an object. The object has a sentimental value for us. Well,
Mhm.
actually, I myself is keeping things like that, little mementos. My cabinet is full of them. All right. Now, if you could go back in time and give your younger self one piece of advice when you were just starting, what would it be?
The first thing that came to mind was go be a confidence coach, because it took me so long to figure out, exactly what I wanted to do, because it's so funny. I've always wanted to be a writer, be creative. Um, and I just kind of naturally came into book editing, and that kind of filtered into coaching. So just being able to start as early as possible would be, one of the things of just like, just go do this and be passionate and forget
Yeah.
about, the typical 9 to 5, and yeah, just go follow your dreams basically, which sounds cliche, but it's just something I would want to know for sure. Just like, this is what you were meant to do. So if I could have figured that out earlier, that would have been amazing.
All right. Now we're gonna talk more about that. Okay. Now, beyond your amazing work as a confident coach, what do you do when you're not working?
A lot of it is reading, watching TV, so I guess that's technically still in the creative realm of things. Yeah, I like to be pretty much a homebody, and just chill, and bike riding, things like that, and walking the dog, just things that relax me, and get me out of the online headspace, the screen time, and just relax and have fun.
All right. Now, as a book editor, what's one habit that you've developed that you think has contributed on your success as an entrepreneur?
Um, yeah, I mean, just being open to learning and reading, and really always, I've always been a big reader, so just being open to reading personal development books, and autobiographies, and things like that. And yeah, I'm pretty much self-taught with my book editing. I took a course for confidence coaching, and yeah, it's been so nice being an online entrepreneur, because I have so many more opportunities to connect with other people, and to learn from them. So it's really just, connecting with people, learning from them, and it never feels like enough, because I just want to consume all of the knowledge, and perfect
Yes.
my craft and everything, right? So it's just being able to connect and learn, and just being patient too, and that's always a tough one, when I want everything to happen at once. But it's good to just learn and grow from books and other people, and yeah.
Yeah. As one might say, the wise people says, all in good time.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? Now, what's one thing that people might be surprised to learn about you or your business?
um that's an interesting one, because I feel like I'm pretty open online, and I've talked about like health issues in the past on my social media, and
Mhm.
a little bit about my family here and there. So it's kind of tough to think of something that people would be surprised by.
Mhm.
Um, Maybe that, I tried to traditionally publish a book back when I was in grade 11 or 12, I think. I wrote a book. Um, it was very teen angst, teen drama type style book, just because it was, I was watching a lot of TV shows at the time that were kind of the similar things. So I kind of went down that road. And I did try to publish it traditionally with uh, a local publisher, which of course got rejected, thank God, because if it had been published, I would have been mortified later on in life. But yeah, I've had some experiences with traditional publishing, and trying to figure out what's best for me.
Mhm. So are you helping the writers now with self-publishing as well? Or
I do help with, just giving a little bit of guidance and advice. I don't necessarily like help them with the full publishing process, because it does include like formatting and cover design. So I'm kind of just, I help them get it to the point where it's ready to be published, and then they
Mhm.
can kind of go into, with my own experiences. I have self-published as well in the past, though I don't have anything available right now. But yeah, just having the personal experiences, I can kind of help uh, writers learn from my mistakes, so to speak, and
Mhm.
just be able to give a little bit of encouragement that way. But for the most part, it's kind of just for my services, it's just the editing side, and then the mindset and stuff like that. But I do have, I'll share as much as I can,
Yeah.
and
All right. In
there's
the
lots of
third
knowledge there.
segment. Yeah. All right. We'll talk about all of that in the third segment of the show. Now, um, in the next 2 to 3 minutes, I want you to talk us through how you've started as a confidence coach and a book editor. When did you start?
Yeah, so I'd say my journey started in 2015. I was into writing and everything, and then I was doing business writing, and I was building my community with other writers on like Instagram and Facebook groups, and just kind of getting to know people. And then eventually, more and more people started asking me if I did editing, and I've always loved reading. I've always kind of had a natural ability for copy editing with like word choice and structure and things like that. So I've always kind of done that. And when more people started asking me to do it, and I was just like, read for a living, sure, why not? And so I started getting into more just little online courses here and there, and reading books about editing. Um, and then I was just kind of able to learn as I did it. And then when I got into confidence coaching, I really wanted to find something that bridged the gap between, the technical side, which is editing, and
Mm-hmm.
then that mindset side of, like I've seen a lot of writers that have just been, they speak poorly of themselves or their writing. They aren't sure what to do with you know promotions, and talking about themselves, which can be kind of hard when writing can be such a vulnerable experience. So just being able to add that to my services and be able to help them through, like, talk about your work, be authentic, all that kind of positivity stuff, right? So it's so interesting that it came so naturally, and I found what I was passionate about, and being able to say, like, this is a thing that I can do. Like, I can coach people in confidence and mindset. Like, it was so amazing to find that. So when I went through my certification course, and being able to do that was really powerful for me.
Thank you, Coach Kirsten, for being such a good sport. And by now, I'm sure we already have an idea of who Coach Kirsten Pamela McNeill is as a real person. Now, so this concludes the first segment of our show, Know the Expert. All right, welcome back to Talking Business with Ritz. We are now in the Learn from the Expert segment where we dive deeper into the wisdom of our expert guests. So, for those who are just tuning in, this is Ritzel Loreto Rectra, your host for today. I am a digital content creator and a process automation specialist, and I am also the CEO and owner of MyTeachL Virtual Solutions. So don't forget to join our free Facebook group, Talking Business with Ritz. Let me just flash it. Here we go. All right. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow and subscribe. Here we go. All right, I am now with Coach Kirsten Pamela McNeill, a brilliant confidence coach and a book editor, and the proud owner and CEO of Wordy Writers. So, in this segment, Learn from the Expert, our guests will be sharing how to build your confidence as a writer. All right, now let's talk business. All right, we will now dive into the core of writing, infusing your work with genuine emotion and embracing your true passion. So, by tapping into your authentic emotions, you'll breathe life into your writing, connecting with your readers on a profound level. So, Coach Kirsten will explain more about our first topic, which is here we go. Writing with heart, embrace your passion. So, as a confidence coach, how do you help writers tap into their emotions and express themselves authentically in their work, coach?
Yeah, so it's basically comes down to writing what you're enjoying and writing what you're passionate about, basically. So that involves, a lot of writers will write in the same genre that they read because they know that they enjoy that, and that's going to be something that they have knowledge about. Because it's from my experience through, high school speeches and going through college, if you take courses or try to talk about something that you don't really have a lot of experience with or not a lot of knowledge with, you can kind of feel like incompetent almost is the word that's coming to mind. And, when you build up the experiences that you have and you kind of search for, what you really connect with
Mm-hmm.
and what your favorite genres are, or if you want to share your personal story, it's really just is kind of that gut feeling of just like what's going to excite you, what's going to motivate you to write and to explore that. So being able to just say like, this is my favorite genre, or this is the story that I want to tell. Maybe you have an idea of something and you don't necessarily have the genre yet, but you have an idea of just like, I want to tell my personal story, or I want to share this knowledge, or I want to inspire something. So it also connects to why are you writing this book? And that can kind of really bring out that passion and that creativity to really like, this is what I was meant to do.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's very interesting. All right, as a book editor, how do you guide authors to actually express their passion effectively while staying focused on their target audience and business goals?
Yeah, so it does come back to your why and, with ideal readers and, trying to figure out the story you want to tell. When I'm doing my editing comments, I ask a lot of questions like, why does this character do this? Where are you going with this story? Because when I read a book that I'm editing, it's kind of like my real time thoughts and comments on it. So I don't like look at the end first and then kind of work back. I'm just going through the full thing as a reader and asking questions to um, help inspire new thoughts in the writer, or just be able to solidify their understanding of the story. Because early drafts, you're just kind of telling yourself the story, so being able to ask them questions and kind of share comments and my own ideas, like, have you thought about this direction, and things like that, just to be able to, why you're telling the story. Every sentence has to have a purpose that feels like it's moving the story forward and giving the reader the right information. So it's just being able to um, get a deeper understanding of the story, even if it's down to the minor detail, and just being able to share like, what do you want the reader to get out of this? And
Mm-hmm.
there's only so much control you can bring to what the reader is going to experience, but if you have that understanding of yourself and your goals, it can really make it easier to present it in the writing.
Is there any instance where you've edited a book, right? And then in the final one is totally different from the first draft?
Yeah, I think that from the first draft to the end, that's definitely the process of how it goes. Like it when you get, beta readers involved and, other editors, it can definitely form as you gain new ideas. Because when you're writing the book, it's just you and the page, right? So you're kind of not necessarily thinking of every possible avenue that you can take. So it's interesting when you get feedback from others. It can kind of evolve into something that you didn't expect. But
Yeah.
I always believe that it it comes into what it was meant to be, and um, it just takes a community sometimes to really bring it up to the level that you want it to.
What kind of books are you editing? I mean,
Yeah, for the most part, I do edit fiction like thriller, urban fantasy, contemporary romance. But I have helped a couple people with their memoir pieces and poetry. So I'm fortunate that I've been able to dabble in a lot of different genres.
all right. Now, in the fast-paced world of entrepreneurship and writing, it's easy to really get caught up in the never-ending hustle, believing that constant work and productivity are the keys to success and higher income. Now, however, the truth is that pushing ourselves without taking time to recharge, I'm segueing to the next topic, can lead to the burnout and decrease creativity. So we now move to the next topic, which is nurture your muse, self care, and guilt free breaks. All right, now, so Coach Kirsten, I hear you're the guru of guilt free breaks. How can taking guilt free breaks actually help us make more money as writers without feeling like we're slacking off.
Yeah, it's like you said, we're kind of in that mentality of that hustle, and we need to finish. And I say a lot that writing is a long game. It takes a long time to write a book. Drafting, editing, publishing, that's a huge process, especially if you're self-published. You don't have as big a community unless you've kind of sought it out for yourself.
Mhm.
So, definitely taking breaks in between drafts, not feeling guilty if you don't write for a day or a week. Every writer has their own path and their own lifestyle that they can fit writing into. So that's another
Mhm.
thing, that is just being able to create the schedule that works for you, because when you're a writer, that's not all that you are. Like, nobody is just one thing, right? So we have other responsibilities, we have other fun things we want to do. So it's just about finding that balance and giving your brain a chance to recharge. Because if you're staring at the same page, you're not going to be able to self-edit it as well, because your brain knows what you want it to say. And when you're just looking at it and trying to like proofread or whatever, it's just going to tell you the same thing over and over again, and you're not going to find um, the mistakes, or the way you can fix the development or something like that, right? So it's just
Yeah.
good to give your brain some time away, give yourself a chance to forget about it a little bit, and then come back with a fresh perspective, or a fresher perspective, where you can say, like, I'm going to work on this character today, or I'm going to focus on this chapter. And so it's nice to have that break where you can just feel relaxed, and not having to stress about, oh, I got to get this finished, because that's a kind of detrimental to being a writer. If you have that rushed mindset, it's not going to be as high quality product as you'd want it to be.
All right. Now, um, my audience is about coaches, course creators, um, consultants, experts like you as well. So there is time in their life where they were going to think about, I want to write something, right? What would you advise them when they want to start to do it? I mean, how are they going to start? Like,
Yeah, so the first thing I would say is just to get it out of your head, like whatever topic that you have. And you're an expert on it, so you have a lot of knowledge to share. So it's
mm,
just kind of pairing, you know, think of a main topic that you want to focus on, and just write out all the ideas that you have on this topic, and just be able to get it outside yourself, so that you can kind of see it in a more objective perspective, and just be able to see what's there, see what does actually fit in this topic, what can go in like another book, or what doesn't fit. So it's just being able to organize it somehow. For myself, I just write out bullet points when I'm like outlining a
mhm,
story. But people have used post-it notes, and they have like a whole
yeah,
wall of boards. It all depends on how you think of, is it, if it's like visual, or if it's just words. It all depends on what's going to work for you. But just finding a way to just get all your ideas out on the topic that you want to discuss, and just
yeah.
kind of, that's a good place to start.
All right. Thank you. That's pure gold. Now, we've explored two topics. Now, in the captivating world of writing, taking your words from the page to the public is a thrilling journey. All right, now let's move to the third topic, from page to public, sharing your words with confidence and connecting with your community. All right, so in the business of words, how do writers find their unique voice, gain the courage to stand out, and really create a loyal following that can't wait for the next chapter? How are we going to do that?
Yeah, it's something that definitely takes time. But
Mhm.
social media is meant to be social, so that's kind of the biggest thing that writers can utilize. With Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, anything that you enjoy, and whatever platform you enjoy the most, just being able to start sharing and talking about it. And with finding your voice in your writing, it's just about practice and being able to just do it. Because I find that even with myself, when I like am afraid to do something, the more you think about it, the more you talk yourself out of it, right? So just being able to say, it's not going to be perfect, it's not going to be anything special. I'm just going to start doing it. And I think that's what, not just with writers, but with anything that you want to start that you haven't done before, it's hard to just get going. So if you just find a place to start and just go for it and just start talking to people, start creating content, and just being able to have fun with it, and you know do what makes you feel good. Because I've talked with some writers that are just like, oh, I don't like doing reels, like I don't like having to show up all the time and like dancing on TikTok and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, try it at least once and see how it feels. Like, it's going to be scary, anything that you start for the first time, but just being able to be open and explore and just find your community. And like I said, it's going to take time to build that, because I've been at it since 2015. That's like 8 years. So it's taken me a while to build my audience. But as if you're choosing to spend your time on social media, might as well make the most of it and make yourself have fun.
Correct.
And yeah.
Correct. Use social media. All right. Not social media is using you.
Exactly. I like that.
And if anybody wants help in creating reels, you don't need to necessarily put your face there like live, or you can
Mhm.
just use your photo, and it has to be value. Okay, your content has to have value. So that's all there is, actually, value and authenticity. So if you need help, you can. I'm open. All right. Now, as writers venture into uncharted territories, how can they navigate the business side? Okay, this is the business side of building a community without actually losing their writer's soul.
Yeah, it can definitely be tough when you're self-published, of like, you got to market, you got to, figure
True.
out, you know, being a writer is basically its own business, right? So just being able to connect with people. A lot of writers have newsletters to connect with their readers and share about their books. So it's just about, you know, talking about it as much as you can. And when you feel like you're annoying talking about your book, keep talking, because people need that repetition to get to know your book, get to know, there's so many things you can talk about when you're talking about a book, other, you know, little tidbits of knowledge that are within the book, the themes, the characters. There's so many little things that you can talk about. So you can never run out of ideas for your content, and just being able to just stick with it and be consistent. Because if this is your dream and your goal to publish and have people know your work, you just got to show up. And however that looks like for you, you don't necessarily have to show up every day. It's more just consistency. And I think there's a misconception about frequency versus consistency, because frequency is how often it's coming up, and
Mhm.
consistently is like you're doing it the same time every day, every week. So really just figuring out again that schedule that's working for you, and just keep talking, keep showing up. There's opportunities like this with lives and podcasts, and just finding people that like to connect with writers and business owners, and being able to share. And so yeah, that's essentially, it just boils down to just like keep talking about what you're doing, and the more you do it, the easier it's going to be.
Yeah, yeah, that is so true. Like, look at this show. I've been doing it for a year.
Yeah.
I'm an introvert. I am an introvert through and through, kind of shy too. But if you keep doing it, you'll get used to it.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Now, all right, everyone, as we wrap up this segment, let's reflect on the valuable insights shared by our coach, Kirsten Pamela McNeill. Here are my takeaways for today's episode. For topic one, which is writing with heart, embrace your passion. So, my takeaway is that we embrace your passion for writing and let it be the driving force behind your creativity. So when you write with your heart, right, your authenticity shines through, and you connect with your audience on a deeper level, as what Coach had mentioned earlier. Now, that is setting the stage for success in your writing journey. Now, for the second topic, nurture your muse, self care, and guilt free breaks. Take a break, have a Kit Kat. All right. Self care is essential for writers to nurture their creativity spirit. So, and maintain a healthy work life balance, as what Coach Kirsten mentioned earlier. Whatever it takes, you take your break. All right. And then for the third topic, which is from page to public, sharing your words with confidence and connecting with your community. Now, building unshakable confidence as a writer, from what I learned from Coach today, is about sharing your words with the world fearlessly. So just get it out there. Connect with your community and just talk about whatever you want to write. Engage with your audience and be social. Okay. And then after that, relax.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Yes. Okay, now this takeaway serves as valuable insights for aspiring writers and entrepreneurs looking to elevate their writing and connect with their audience authentically. So by incorporating these values, into your business journey, as writing is also a business, you'll be equipped to accelerate your income growth as a writer. So if you came in late, ladies and gentlemen, please watch the replay inside the group because Coach Kirsten had dropped a lot of bombs for us. All right, now let's move on to the next segment. Work with the expert with Coach Kirsten. Pamela will share her unique offers to help you further enhance your entrepreneurial success after this. All right. So, in the Work with the Expert segment, we had the pleasure of learning from the incredible in the learn from the expert segment, we had the pleasure of learning from the incredible coach here, Coach Kirsten Pamela McNeill, a confidence coach and book editor who shared invaluable insights on how to build unshakable confidence as a writer. uh, Coach Kirsten guided us through three topics, which we mentioned earlier: writing with heart, embrace your passion. This emphasizes the importance of infusing your writing with genuine passion, creating authentic connection with your audience. Why am I repeating this? Because this is the third segment, which I'm going to break later on, so you're not going to be confused. All right, now the second topic would be nurture your muse, self care and guilt free breaks, which highlighted the significance of self care to fuel creativity and productivity without feeling guilty about taking breaks. Okay, now the third topic that was discussed, from page to public, sharing your words with confidence and connecting with your community, is to reveal the key to confidently sharing your writing with the world and fostering meaningful connections with your readers. So throughout the discussion, you have to watch the replay if you came in late. All right. Now, throughout the discussion, Coach Kirsten, um, coaching approach. All right, focused on empowering writers to embrace their unique voice, to develop their confidence and elevate their writing journey. Now, her expertise offered practical strategies and techniques to nurture creativity. Now, as Coach Kirsten takes the stage once more in the Work with the Expert segment, she's excited to share exclusive offers and resources that will empower you to enhance your writing journey and unlock your full potential as a confident writer. Who knows, right? Maybe writing is your next career path. We don't know unless you try. All right, now let's dive into the transformative opportunity and explore how you can work with Coach Kirsten. Yeah. All right. Okay, now where were we? Stay tuned. Let's now dive into the work with the expert. I'm repeating myself, so without further ado, Coach Coach Kirsten Pound, could you tell us more about what your offer for us today?
Yes, so I love that you said you don't know until you try, because I believe that if you have a book, if you have a story, like anyone can become a writer. So once you've written the book, you've edited it for a little bit, you've maybe shared it with some people, then you work with an editor. And so I offer the full service process. So that's developmental. So that's kind of like the full arc of the story. And whether it's fiction or nonfiction, when I'm editing nonfiction, I kind of still see the people as characters, which is, you don't necessarily change, them because they are based off real people, but it's interesting just to be able to kind of see, how they fit into the story and what you want to share about them. So it's an interesting experience. And then, you move on to the more technical side, which is copy editing. And um, so that's, just a little bit of, structure, word choice, how you're telling the story, whereas developmental is what's in the story. And then proofreading is self-explanatory just to make sure it's, ready for publication. And then if you're struggling with, your mindset, your direction you want to go as a writer, that's where the confidence coaching comes in. And I offer a one-to-one program. And I just released a group coaching program. The signups for that are ready, and they are open. So whether you want to do one-on-one or group coaching, the goals are to really help you rediscover that passion, create, the schedule and the lifestyle that feels right to you, feels good for you, and just being able to enjoy yourself and to, like we've talked about, share and be confident. So it's, it aligns really well with the topics that we just discussed, and just being able to have that authenticity, the knowing of yourself and what you want to write. So, like I said, I offer one-to-one or group coaching is now available too. And so if you prefer to, connect with other writers or just want to have that more personalized experience, it's very open, and I'm very excited to be able to offer that variety and kind of help with the technical side and the mindset side, because I think that's a really important aspect that not necessarily everybody talks about for writers. So I think it's great that I'm able to be a confidence coach.
All right, that sounds amazing, Coach. I'm sure our audience would love to know how they can get in touch with you and learn more about your offer.
Yeah, so my website is worthywriters.ca, but I spend a lot of time on Instagram and Facebook. So I'm confident.kirsten, on both platforms, and you can check out my Facebook there on the screen. So yeah, I'm open to DMs if you just want to chat with me and ask for a little guidance, and see how we can work together. I do offer a free call called a Worthy Writers Conversation, just to get to know how we can partner together. So yeah, I love connecting with writers of all sorts. So reach out to me if you'd like.
All right, wonderful. Now, before we wrap up, Coach Kirsten, do you have any personal advice or final words of wisdom you'd like to share with our audience?
I think final words is just don't be afraid to try. Like, with self-publishing, you can go into any genre. You can share your personal story, you can share business advice, you can be a fiction writer, and there's so many genres, so many subgenres. So it's just, don't be afraid to explore, don't be afraid to make a mistake, because you're going to make a mistake, and that's, viewing it as a learning experience is a lot more
Mhm.
powerful than just like, oh, I messed up, so I should give up. So it's more just, if you enjoy it, if you love it, just try it and see what happens. Life is a long journey of lots of experiences, and don't waste time just try to be perfect, because perfect is not a thing.
Yes, true. So if you make a mistake, try again.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you. That's such a valuable advice, Coach Kirsten. Thank you for sharing that. All right, now I'd love to invite you, Coach Kirsten, once again to share with our amazing audience, the exciting offers you have prepared for them. So they've gained so much valuable knowledge from you today. So I know they'd be eager to explore the possibilities of working with you to accelerate their income and business growth. Would you like to, you know, share the offer again?
Yeah, so with it's book editing and confidence coaching, so full service editing if you want to use me throughout the whole process, to get ready for publication, and then just getting into the your mindset and just feeling confident and good. I offer one-to-one and group coaching, so it really depends on your preferences if you want to have that more personalized, or if you I mean, it's all personalized, depending on your goals, but if you prefer to have, more connection with different writers in a close knit group, or if you just prefer to have that separate one-to-one experience, and just be able to build yourself up, and find those strategies and tools to just find your way, and be able to have a great writing life.
All right, check her website. It's flashing at the bottom, www.worthywriters.ca. All right, and also check her Facebook. This is a personal profile, right?
Yeah.
All right, check this out. Kirsten.McNeill.tree. All right. Okay. All right. So as we bid farewell to our wonderful audience, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to you, Coach Kirsten Pamela McNeill, for being here with us today and being such a good sport and sharing your expertise. Your insights have been truly transformative, and I'm sure our viewers can't wait to connect with you further. So, my friends, make sure to check out the special offers that Coach Kirsten has for you. Remember, she's here to help you succeed on your journey to building your unshakable confidence as a writer, as well as growing your income as a writer. All right. Thank you all for joining us today in Talking Business with Ritz, live expert interview, and being a part of this incredible journey of growth and inspiration. All right. We hope you found immense value in today's episode with Coach Kirsten Pamela McNeill, where we explore the art of building unshakable confidence as a writer. So, as you embrace your passion and nurture your creativity, remember what you hold, the power to unleash your unique voice and create that profound impact with your words. Okay? The journey of a writer is a beautiful one. Take Coach Kirsten's word for it. Now, it's filled with endless possibilities, and we are thrilled to be walking alongside you on this path. But the journey doesn't end here. We have exciting topics and brilliant experts lined up for our future episodes. So watch out for the next episode. Mark your calendars, Saturday. All right. And get ready for more insightful conversation that will empower you on your entrepreneurial journey. Join us again next week for the next episode of Talking Business with Ritz, where we continue to to showcase the human behind the title before the offer. So, all right, until next time, keep pursuing your dreams. Finally, embrace your authenticity and remember that success lies in being true to yourself. This is Ritzel, Loreto Rector, and our coach, Kirsten Pamela McNeill. Stay motivated, everyone. Stay inspired. Stay safe and healthy, and keep talking business with Ritz. Bye, everybody.